Hi there, today I'm going to give you a tour of my smart home. So, if you're a subscriber to the channel, you may have seen all the videos I've been doing on smart tech for over the last year or two. So, this video actually brings it all together and just shows what I have in my home in terms of smart tech. So the heart of the home comes in with the actual Google Home. So this is the home hub I have, and this is actually running in the living room. It actually just sits there as a clock generally, just to tell you the time. And the nice thing about this is it actually checks the ambient light in a room. So if it goes completely dark in the evening, it actually just turns itself off. So if I cover this up, for example, it will just slowly just blank itself off, which is quite nice. Obviously, it will just adjust itself accordingly to the actual light in the room, which is great. Not just a clock, obviously, doubles up as literally a controller for all the smart tech and even answers general questions you may have. So I could actually ask it, okay, what's the temperature in London today?
Today in London, you can expect a high of 8 and a low of 2.
So that's the basic end of it. So that's quite useful. Obviously, we're sitting here, we could be asking it questions about general knowledge or information about the status of things. So for example, I also have a Nest heating system, and I could say, okay, what's the temperature on Nest?
Heating is set to 9 with a current temperature of 21.
There you go. Nice and warm at the moment. So we have turned it down. So I can actually adjust it directly on here, just to give you an idea. So I can change it to 22.5, for example. Give it a moment, and it just sets itself to that. Or I could say, okay, temperature on Nest to 20 degrees.
Okay, setting the dining room to 20 degrees.
There you go. So either you can use this to control it, or you can actually go directly to the Nest to control it. Now, if I drop it down here, you can see the other items I have in terms of smart tech. Now, if I go back up, I also have a camera in my porch. So if I say, show me the porch camera.
All right, streaming the porch camera on living room display.
Give it a moment just to display. And there you go. Okay, so the next thing to show is the actual Nest itself. So I found this very useful, especially when you're out and you're going to be coming home late and you know your house is going to be cold, just to be able to remotely actually control the heating and make adjustments from your phone, or even in the actual room itself. The build quality of this is really good, nice solid feel to it. You can wall mount it, or you can actually install it in your room with a stand like this. So just to show. So really pleased with this purchase. Okay, so the next thing to show is right next to the Google Home Hub, I've got a lamp. And in that lamp, there's actually a smart bulb. Now that can be controlled as well. So if I say, okay, turn on lamp.
Sure, turning the lamp on.
Okay, Google, change lamp color to red.
Okay, changing the lamp to red.
Okay, change the lamp color to blue.
Okay, changing the lamp to blue.
Okay, turn off lamp.
Sure, turning the lamp off.
There you go. And again, this actual bulb can be controlled remotely as well on a timer. So if you're out and you want to give the impression someone was home, you could get this turning on and off as you want. Okay, so the next product to show, it's actually hidden straight behind my sofa here. So if I bring the camera in close here and just zoom in a little bit, you can actually see it there. It's actually a smart power strip. Now, it's got 3 plugs and 4 USB points on there. The USB points are all controlled together. They're not separately controlled, but the plugs are separately controlled, and that's quite useful. Both actually points are useful. So you could use it to charge your phones, mobile devices, tablets, etc., and have it on timer. So at a certain time, all the points just cut out in the middle of the night. So you don't actually have things overcharging, sitting there for hours, just having a charge going to it. So I thought that was really useful. And the other side of it is you can have other products plugged into it. So I've got my Google Home plugged into it there, and I've got it on timer. So late in the evening, it just turns off, because it doesn't have to be on in the early hours, because I'm not really awake using it then.
And also I've got other devices. So one of the other devices I've got plugged in is a subwoofer for my home surround system. So I can actually control if that subwoofer is on or off rather than reaching around and turning the plug on. So I could say, turn off subwoofer.
Okay, turning the subwoofer off.
There you go. And the light turns off, indicating that it is off. And then I could say, okay, turn on subwoofer.
Okay, turning the subwoofer on.
There you go. So really cool product and simple to use. And again, it can be used remotely via the actual Smart Life app. So love this particular product, very useful. And again, if your actual product isn't smart, it will just make it smart.
Okay, so the next product to show is actually a smart curtain rail. So this one is really useful to a point where if you're not home and you wanted to close the curtains, you can remotely do this, or even set it on a timer so it opens and closes at certain times. So very useful. So with this one, I can say, close the curtain.
Sure, turning the curtain off.
There you go. How cool is that? And this particular product actually comes with a remote control. So, for instance, I can take the remote control, which is here, and open it up, or even stop it at a certain point. So very good.
Okay, so I'm standing just behind my television at the moment, and this product here is actually a Bluetooth receiver. Now, what you can do, you can actually pair this directly with the Google Home. And the idea being, if the speaker in your Google Home isn't that impressive, then you can actually send the actual music that you're playing on there to the receiver, and that receiver can be plugged in to another speaker or a surround sound system. So to demonstrate this, I can say, okay, play my YouTube playlist on Google Music.
Sure, playing your Google Play Music playlist called YouTube.
So that was the Google Home Hub speaking. And now this is the music coming out of my surround sound system. Okay, Google, volume at 100%. Okay, Google, volume at 1%. How cool is that? Now the actual volume level can be controlled from the Google Home as well. So you don't have to upgrade any other systems. You can actually use it with your old tech as well. You don't have to buy any sort of speakers with built-in Bluetooth. So that's what I've done here. I've just used this adapter and integrated with my existing system. So it works really well.
Okay, so the next product to show is a smart LED strip light. So this particular product came with a 5-meter LED strip, and I've purchased an additional product which is 10 meters, and I connected it all together to give 15 meters. So you can call it whatever you want, but it's Christmas time here in the UK at the moment, and I've called it Christmas lights. So what you can do is say, okay, turn on Christmas lights.
Sure, turning the Christmas lights on.
There you go. And we've got it wrapping around the room, just over this door frame, going over to another door frame, and coming straight round on this picture and onto a Christmas tree. So pretty cool use for it, and provides a nice amount of ambient light in the room. The actual LED strip light is configurable in terms of color as well. So you can ask Google to do it, or you can do it from your actual smartphone. So I can say, okay, change Christmas lights to green.
All right, changing the Christmas lights to green.
Okay, change Christmas lights to blue.
All right, changing the Christmas lights to blue.
So there you go. Pretty nice product, and ample amount of light from this, and it's very subtle, like I said, so it can give a nice amount of ambient light in a room when it's dark.
Okay, so the next bit of smart tech I've got is the actual Chromecast. So this is connected to my dining room TV, and obviously you can cast stuff onto it, but the cool thing about this is it integrates with the Google Home. So you can say, okay, play Chromecast. Skip Chromecast 2 minutes. Chromecast 10 seconds. Okay. Skip Chromecast 5 minutes. So great bit of tech here and nice integration with the Google Home. The fact you can actually control, pause, skip, rewind on this. Excellent functionality there. So as you're eating, or even if you're relaxing, watching something, you're not reaching for your phone, trying to rewind something if you've missed something. Or even if you've seen it already, just quickly skipping it to the next 5-10 minutes if you wanted. So excellent product to own. Okay, so the next product to show is a smart bulb I've got in my dining room. So this is the bayonet fitting type. It's obviously with the 2 pins either side, and it just gets pushed in. And a similar thing here as well. You just got to make sure your light switch remains on, and you control this via your smart tech. So I can say, okay, turn on dining room light.
All right, turning the dining room light on.
And then you can say, okay, change dining room light color to green.
Sure, changing the dining room light to green.
Okay, Google, turn dining room light color to pink.
All right, changing the dining room light to pink.
Okay, turn off dining room light.
Okay, turning the dining room light off.
There you go. Very useful again. And we leave the switch on all the time in the on mode, so obviously you can remotely control it. Okay, so the next product to show is this battery base for the Google Home Mini. It's quite a cool product here, and it allows you to go completely wireless with the Google Home Mini. And the advantage of this is, obviously you're not hunting around for a point to plug this in. So for example, you can take it into your garden and just use it out there, even for general things, or even listening to the radio for even your playlist, for example, so your music playlist. So quite a cool product here, and you've got an indicator there for the actual battery life. So that's that. Now with this in hand, I can actually show you another product. So another lamp I've got. So this is a screw-in bulb for my hallway, and similar thing with all the other products. I can just say, okay, turn on hallway light.
Sure, turning on the hallway light.
Okay. Change hallway light color to red.
All right, changing the hallway light to red.
Okay. Change hallway light color to green.
Okay, changing the hallway light to green.
Okay. Turn off hallway light.
Sure, turning off the hallway light.
And again, with this one, we leave the light in the on position all the time, and we just control it via the Google products or our smartphones. So useful, again, we can have it on timer. When we're away from home, we can just have it turning on and off as we need it to. Okay, so the next product to show is the Wi-Fi light switch I have in my kitchen. So 2 buttons on this one, and pretty cool product here, but the only little frustration and you need to be aware of is that it requires a neutral cable. So if you don't have a neutral cable, probably best to call an electrician in to sort of help you fit this one. So it can be a little bit tricky if you don't understand electrics. So with this one, it's a situation where you've got special light fittings and you can control the lights directly from the switch, so you don't have to change any bulbs or anything like that. So this one actually controls the top lights I have. So I've called those top lights, and lights underneath the cupboards just there. So that's called kitchen lights. So what I can say is, turn on top light.
Sure, turning the top light on.
Okay, Google, turn on kitchen light.
All right, turning the kitchen light on.
Okay, and the other thing with this one, obviously you can have both on and you can control it by the actual light switch. So
Quite a nice finish on this, a flush glass finish, just to show. Okay, so the next product to show is a smart Wi-Fi camera I have in my porch area. So I've got my phone here and just about to enter my porch area. So if I walk in, give it a moment, what you'll notice is that motion detected. So you get an alert whether you're in the house or away from home as well. So you can set it up to alert you if there's any activity in your porch. So very useful, and that's the camera itself, very small. And the next thing to show is this one. So there's a button just here, no actual wires going into it, and I can pop the actual cover off like so. Just 2 screws, and this is actually a kinetic switch. Now the receiver is actually connected directly into the wiring for the porch light just here. So if you're in a situation where you don't want to cause too much mess in your house and it's tricky to get to a location like I have here, it would have been too much hassle to change this, just get one of these switches and you can control a light. Simple as that. And this particular product doesn't need any batteries. It just works by kinetic energy. So every time you press it, gives it a small charge and it just keeps it going. It's an excellent product here. And again, let me show, if I press it, you can see the light change to off. Excellent bit of tech there. Okay, so I'm in my porch area and it's nighttime. Just wanted to show this kinetic switch in action. So it doesn't just work over the actual switch, it's actually a bit of smart tech as well. So I can say, okay, turn on porch light.
Okay, turning on the porch light.
There you go. Okay, turn off porch light.
Okay, turning the porch light off.
Okay, turn on porch light.
Sure, turning on the porch light.
And again with the button. There you go. How cool is that? Smart tech at its best. Okay, so the next item to show is the Google Home. So I actually have this in my kitchen. I've got it slightly higher up. I've just put a box underneath it just to push it up. Reason for this is obviously to control some of the smart tech and be able to listen to music, because the quality on this is much better than the Google Home Mini. And just to show, it's just here. There it is. And you can say things like, okay, turn on kitchen lights.
All right, turning on the kitchen light.
Okay, turn off kitchen light.
Okay, turning off the kitchen light.
Okay, play my YouTube playlist from Google Music.
Sure, playing your Google Play Music playlist called YouTube.
See, the sound quality is much better on this. Set volume at 100%. Okay. Stop. It's a great product to have in the kitchen.
Okay, so the next product to show is this Google Home Mini plug mount. So quite a cool product here. You can put it directly onto the actual plug there, or you can mount it on the wall, for instance. So the idea with this one is I've got it in my upstairs hallway to give me a larger coverage throughout the house. So the living room and dining room is covered by the Google Home Hub, the kitchen is covered by the Google Home, and the Google Home Mini here upstairs covers all the bedroom areas. So from anywhere we could literally just shout out, okay, turn on hallway light.
Sure, turning the hallway light on.
Okay, turn off hallway light.
Sure, turning the hallway light off.
So really useful. If I turn it off for a moment, so if you had a scenario where a certain area is not covered in your home, what you can actually do, okay, so if I get my smartphone, initiate the Google Assistant, I can actually use this in areas where the Google Home devices don't have coverage. So I can do, okay, turn on hallway light.
Sure, turning on the hallway light.
Okay.
hallway light.
Okay, turning the hallway light off.
There you go. So you get a good coverage using a combination of both the Google Home devices and your actual smartphone. So pretty cool in that way. Okay, so the next product to show is this Wi-Fi extender I have. And what I do, I actually use this for all my smart tech. So I connect all of it to this device. And one of the reasons I started doing this is because Google Home products have an issue where they can flood packets, network traffic packets, to a router and actually take down your Wi-Fi. So this ensures my home Wi-Fi doesn't really go down. I've used this for about a year now and things have been very stable from using this. So I thought rather than keep it just for the actual Google Homes, I'll add all my smart tech onto this. So if I wanted for some reason just to disconnect all of it from the internet, I can just come up to there and just turn it off. So useful bit of tech to have in there, and obviously increases the range in your property, because if you've got a lot of these devices in different locations, you can just ensure you've got a good coverage there. Okay, so it's evening time now, and this is the cool thing about having tech like this. I've just walked into my house and I can say, okay, turn on all the lights.
Okay, turning 9 lights on. I'm afraid it looks like...
And as you're leaving, you could say, okay, turn off all the lights. How cool is that? In one hit, you won't forget any lights. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this tour of my smart home and the tech I have in my home. One of the things to note is all the devices can be controlled via a smartphone. So one thing to keep in mind, obviously you're not reliant just on the actual Google Home products. You can use your smart home and you can use all these products remotely as well. So if you're away on holiday, for instance, or you're just coming home late and you just have a quick check or you turn on lights, you can do that remotely. So in the description below, I've included links for all the reviews I've done and links to enable you to purchase these products as well. So there you go. Hope it's helped anyone thinking of purchasing smart tech and given people some inspiration. Thanks for viewing, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.